Hello, welcome to episode 6 of Coffee Nerds and Day Drinkers. Today, we're making the Boston Regular. Here's the ingredients we need. This is a simple recipe. Cream, sugar, Dunkin Donuts coffee, and Jameson Irish Whiskey. So, we'll start. Okay, first of all, filtered water in the espresso maker. And this is upping the game on a coffee regular. Aye. Thank you, camera operator. So you gotta make this real dry so the coffee doesn't stick to it. So this is for anybody who lived in Boston or I think anywhere in New England. Basically, you walk into Dunkin Donuts and say coffee regular, and if you get a large coffee regular, it's a coffee. It's Dunkin Donuts coffee with 4 creams and 4 sugars, and then you're ready to go. And then you go catch your train. So I've taken Dunkin Donuts coffee. This recipe, the brand is very important. So Dunkin Donuts coffee, medium roast, ground finely. And I've never tried Dunkin Donuts as an espresso drink. So this will be interesting. I went to college in Boston, and I worked when I was in school. I worked at the Boston Garden. So I was around 2 groups of people where Dunkin Donuts coffee was very important. Like every shift I worked at the Boston Garden, I was a bouncer there. And so every shift started with the Dunkin Donuts coffee regular. And every class at Berklee College of Music started with the Dunkin Donuts coffee regular. So there was one right across the street from Berklee. There was one right across the street from the old Boston Garden on Causeway Street. And so, oh wait. So we take our sugar. Normally in coffee regular, you'd put the sugar and cream in first, but I'm gonna put the sugar in with the coffee so it dissolves. So this kind of 1, 2, 3, 4. And so the day drinkers part is we're gonna add half a little bottle of Jameson. And I say half because you're gonna need half for later. And so you do 1 for now, 1 for later, and you don't want to start your day with the whole fucking round of Jameson in your body. It's not a good way to get shit done. All right, there's this, and then brew. Some half and half going in the. I've never steamed half and half by itself, so we'll see how this goes. About the equivalent of 4 creams. That should be good. So I want to give a shout out to all my classmates from Berklee College of Music. I loved going to school there. I loved going to college in Boston. Now in the COVID era, it's not quite the same. But when I went to college in the late 80s, early 90s, Boston, there's like 150, 200,000 college students that live in Boston. So there's always be around college people. And I learned a ton from my classmates at Berklee and the professors as well, but really it was about the musicians I played with. So if I knew you from Berklee and you see this, love. I still am processing things I learned from that school. In addition, I learned about ice hockey by working at the Boston Garden, because a drunk Bruins fan is an interesting reality. I ended up quitting the job because I had a feeling that if I stayed there, I would end up getting socked in the face and lose my teeth. Boston's a little bit of a punchy town, but I learned about ice hockey. I didn't know anything about it really, and so the Bruins, they had a really great team in 1990. They went to the Stanley Cup. Actually, I got to work a Stanley Cup game, and I watched them lose to the Edmonton Oilers. And so, all my friends in Boston, much love. And we got this. Dang, that's a lot of sugar. But that's the recipe. That's what you want. You want a sweet coffee with half and half, and then you're on the tee. You're like cruising. And so that's what this is the concept. So as we're waiting, here we go. Signs of life. Dunkin Donuts coffee as an espresso drink. That ought to be good. I'm sure by now they're selling espresso. I mean, when I was in school, there was a Dunkin Donuts right across the street from the Mass Ave building at Berklee, and every hour, like at 10:55, there'd be a line out the door, And that crew at Dunkin' Donuts would clear that line in about 3 minutes. And so we could all get to our class on time. That's the beauty of saying coffee regular, is as soon as you say coffee regular, boom, 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 you're out. You're in and out. And I mean, literally, there would be a line of about 15 or 20 people out the door. And like in a normal situation, you would say this line is going to take about 20 minutes. But they had a system over there. And yeah, now that smells familiar. That smells like Dunkin' Donuts, man. Gotta love it. And I think the sugar in there with it is all, it smells like a donut and coffee situation. So we're cruising. And the thing I love about adding the sugar at the bottom is you get this nice little crema on top from the sugar. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. Okay, so we'll just froth up the half and half. Oh yeah, this froths nicely. Oh yeah, that was pretty good actually. Finish the brew. A little bit, get all the coffee you can out of it. And so, good. Put the coffee in, and for this drink, oh shit, stir up the sugar at the bottom. Yeah, a little more. Get all that sugar in there. Dang, that's a mountain of sugar that was at the bottom of that. This might be a little too sweet, but there it is. And then you add the shot after you got the, so let's start. Oh, damn. That smells right. That smells like a right. So a little bit of Jameson to top it off. And we got one for later, for after lunch. So this is the Boston Regular. Boston Regular. I lost my Boston accent.